Well, here I am, guys. This episode of Chargezilla video series is called Work. I just arrived at the Happy Yak Ranch here in northern Colorado, David's place. I want to show the truck to David, and he said he's got at least one big job for me to do here at the ranch. So I want to put the truck to the test and see if the new electrified classic truck can actually do some work. So let's get, where's David? So can you tell me about the trucks we're using? These are 2.5s, right?
Yeah, correct. These are 2.5 monotube.
Yeah. Here comes that drop, a little bit of a drop.
Okay. So yeah, it kind of feels like it moved a little bit more in the rear.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of wheel shake in the rear, kind of lost a little bit of traction.
Yeah.
This shock has a dual stage stack in it. So what we did was lightened up that first stage, so the slow to mid-speed impacts are less force into the shock. And you can see how much shock displacement we were using in the front and in the rear, so we weren't even close to bottoming on that event.
And here are the trenches, so I'm gonna try to see how these solid axles articulate, which should be quite good actually. Ooh, I have a lot of torque. Yeah! David, hello!
Hey, welcome back to the ranch. I'm glad you came.
Yes, so you've seen this truck before.
Of course.
Remember,
I've driven it.
Yes, you've driven it, and when it was still gas powered, you know, we did the hay test.
We did.
We did the tug of war.
Yep.
What didn't we do? Oh, we pulled trucks up the mountain.
No, we did. We put it to the test.
Yes, but I want to do it again.
Okay.
So we did a lot of that stuff when it was gas powered, but that engine was tired.
Well, it makes sense that you're bringing it now that it's electrified.
Yeah, and the transmission. Remember the old transmission?
Oh yeah.
Almost finding second or third.
It wasn't necessarily the transmission I was worried about. It was the brakes. Have you improved the brakes at all?
Yes, we have regenerative braking.
Sweet.
Yes. So what kind of a job you have for me today?
Well, you remember last fall you guys came and we had the Rivian.
Yes.
An electric truck.
Yes.
And we went up and we cut firewood.
Okay.
And we loaded the bed till it was this high.
Until we could no longer load anymore.
We think we, overmaxed its payload.
Okay.
I say we overdo the payload on this electric truck today.
So take this truck up the mountain, load it full of firewood, or at least logs.
Well, yeah.
And
it's going to be to keep me warm all winter.
Yeah.
It has a purpose.
Yes. and then bring it down the mountain. So yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Andre, to really put this truck to the test, we're going to have to modify it just slightly.
Okay.
I've gone up to the hills and I pre-cut a bunch of 10-foot logs in the woods.
Okay.
Now, that's going to hang out the tailgate a little bit.
Well, that's why we lowered it.
Well, yeah. And they're pretty heavy. So I say we take the rubber mats out first, because it'll be really hard to slide those 10-foot logs in with these rubber mats.
Okay.
And I say we cut ourselves some stakes to go in the stake, because this is a stake bed, I guess we call it that, the stake holes.
Or 3 stake holes.
Yeah, so I want to pile the logs up like this high.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, let's cut some wood.
I got to heat myself all winter long, right?
Okay.
So you got to cut enough logs to keep us warm all winter. Looks like maybe like 1 7/8 by 1 1/2.
This is a proper 8-foot bed.
It is.
That's how trucks used to be made.
Let's see. I cut all my logs 10 foot, so we'll be out to here.
Oh, that's perfect.
So the Rivian, I cut them to fit in the bed.
Well, yeah, because the Rivian has like a 4.5-foot bed that extends to like 7.
Right, and I didn't want to overdo the truck, but this bed, we're cutting them twice as long.
Yeah.
Twice as long, 10 footers.
Yeah.
And we're going to go just as high as we did with the Rivian.
Okay, so much more weight.
Much more weight.
Yeah.
But this truck has a suspension of an F-250.
And it's been tuned by Fox suspension guys.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Look at those springs.
No, it's not just
Holy
shocks.
smokes.
It's not just shocks. It's also the shocks themselves were tuned.
Now, these are the original springs?
Yes. So we're still rolling on F-250 springs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 springs.
9 leaves.
9 leaves.
Well,
that ought to handle the weight.
Okay.
Are these tires? Oh, look. Tires are E-rated. Sweet. We ought to be able to put all kinds of weight on this truck.
And have regen braking coming down.
Well, we're going to need it.
Okay.
Because I don't think the brakes will hold all the weight we're going to put on it. Is that too tall?
Yes. I think that's too tall.
That might be a few too many logs. Yeah!
Oh, hey, look at that.
We just gained 180 pounds of payload right there.
Yes.
I think we'll take this with us. We'll put it right there so we don't send a log through the back window.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, Andre, I got us 2 chainsaws. 1 electric, 1 gas.
Okay.
Are we going to take 1 electric truck and 1 gas truck, or we want to just go up with just 1 electric truck?
Well, it's always good to have both.
Should we just take 1 electric chainsaw?
No, let's get prepared because
Okay.
the weather is coming in. I don't know if you could tell, so
Okay.
let's be prepared.
All right, I think we'll take some chains and some straps so we can pull some logs down the mountain.
Well, David, I did not anticipate having rain.
I think this is a good idea. We're taking an unproven truck up a mountain
But you know,
in the rain.
I think it's romantic because not for you and I, but I think it's an electrified old truck
I
going
understand.
up into the thunderstorm.
Yeah, I agree. It's
I'm
just
not
like,
talking about you. I mean, we're friends.
yeah, we're good friends. It's just like the movies, Andre.
But this is for real.
This is not Brokeback Mountain.
Look, my wipers are working.
Sweet, we got windshield wipers.
Let's see if we have power.
So you were telling me that you're a little concerned about how steep this is.
Yes, I was. Because, you know, gearing is important, right?
Yeah,
So let's climb.
we don't have a transmission anymore.
No,
What happens if we stop?
I don't know.
So far, so good. That's one of the steepest parts right there.
Yeah, we're moving nicely.
Even though this truck is up to date with its powertrain,
Yeah,
it still sounds like an old truck.
and it's a little bit bouncy because we don't have the weight. Right?
I feel like I'm back in the 1960s.
Well, you are, kind of. Are we going to be hit by lightning by chance?
It's possible.
Okay.
I'll put my arm up so you don't get hit. I'll get hit first. Woohoo!
You see this? I keep showing this every single time.
Oh.
Gear and lightning. So this is the original Ford emblem. So David, here's a quick refresher on the specs, right? So the straight six is gone, the 4-speed manual transmission is gone. So it's been replaced by 2 Hyper 9 electric motors, brand new, manufactured in Illinois. And then we have Tesla basically reused battery packs. One of them is under the hood, and another one is where the spare tire would go. So we have about 78 kilowatt hours of battery, which is a lot, about 200 plus horsepower, and because of that 2-to-1 reduction gearbox, the torque box, we have up to about 650 pound-feet of torque. All right, my friend, so I don't know where exactly you got the wood, so how about you drive,
Okay.
and then I'll just get some more video,
Okay.
and then
Going right up there.
okay. There was a fire here, what, 9 years ago?
11 years ago.
11 years ago.
Yeah, so all that wood up there a lot of it's been falling over.
Yeah.
I had to
And-
come up here and clear the trail the other day.
Again?
Just so that we could come and...
Because we've cleared it twice before.
We have. Every time I come up here. That's just the winds blow them over. And
Yeah.
the nature of fire.
Yeah, so I also want to hear a few of your impressions
Yeah,
as you're moving along.
you got it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so it's got a key, like any regular truck, but it sounds like a fan's coming on. And then I got a switch here that goes to drive. I'm curious about one pedal driving here because, as you know, I've got a lot of time in the Lightning, and that's one thing I loved about the Lightning is the one pedal drive. In fact, I bet I have more dirt road miles on the Lightning than any other person in the US right now, because we went all the way to Prudhoe Bay on a whole bunch of dirt, and then we came back, and then I drove it from Tacoma to home, and I did a bunch of off-road. I took 4 days to bring the Lightning home from Tacoma, Washington. I love the one pedal driving. This one's not quite as aggressive as slowing you down as the Lightning is. But I do like the sensation of electric vehicles. It's just kind of calming. I like calm. And the one thing I noticed driving the other Ford electric truck, just think, I got 2 electric Ford trucks under my belt here. One thing I loved about the Lightning was the fact that it had 4-wheel independent suspension. This one has none of that. It has 2 solid axles, so it's pretty rough, but I do feel in control almost as much as I did with the Lightning. Well, maybe not, but it is fun to drive in a different way, a very different way. I mean, you know I love old trucks to start with, but this is now one very unique, different, and cool truck to drive.
So David, I was looking at those clouds before and I was scared, and now we have sun.
This is like the perfect fall day, you know, long sleeve shirt, sun's hitting you, and work. Because that's, you know, I didn't go to the gym this morning, so this is gonna be my gym. Yeah, this is my gym for a week right here. All right, see, I've cut them all. Will you mind bringing them all over here and putting them in the truck for me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, let me get my gloves.
Okay.
Let me get going.
We'll do it together, Andre.
Okay.
This is together, work
Can we
together.
like down the tree too, or what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think I cut quite enough, so we're gonna go cut a few more up there.
Let's warm up.
Let's warm it up.
David, are there any mountain lion up here?
Oh yeah. Yeah, my neighbor came face to face with one last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
No, it killed a deer right down by the house. And he saw the dead deer, so he went walking over to it, and he had his dog, his herd dog, right next to him, and his dog just stopped right in his tracks, and so he stopped, and about 10 yards away from him, there's a mountain lion in the tall grass eating deer meat.
Oh, wow.
And the dog took off after the mountain lion, and the mountain lion took off, and my neighbor fed his dog a steak dinner that night. Serious.
Do you have ear protection? Do you have ear protection? Okay.
Ouch.
Ouch. Be careful. Okay. All right, so a couple more small ones, right?
That's all?
Well, a few. Oh, we also wanted to drag a piece of wood.
We'll cut a big one down. Here's my idea, Andre.
Yeah.
So, since we're unsure about the braking quality of not only the motor, but also the brakes,
Yes.
I say we tie an anchor to the back of us going downhill, just in case.
Okay. Arnold! Now, David, this looks insane. Do we have any suspension left?
Well, I don't know. I was hoping to fill this thing up full, but let's see. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna ride like a Cadillac.
That's insane. Oh yeah, David, I see we still have about an inch before the bump stop.
Yeah, we're doing good.
So David, if that load wasn't heavy enough, what do you propose now?
Well, it's plenty heavy to give us traction, but it's braking I'm concerned about. So I came up with this brilliant idea. That log right there, it's gonna be our anchor.
All right, so you put a piece of steel cable
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, we choked it, and I mean, it's sizable.
That's a good one.
At least if our brakes fail, at least it'll slow us down. Okay.
It's fine. But first, we need to get moving.
I have a little too much cable, so probably
we
it's going to
need-
get hooked on something.
Well, so let's drag this onto the trail,
Probably smart.
right? And then rehook it. How about that?
Okay. Oh,
Oh no. No, not you. The truck.
oh, oh.
The truck.
My fear is it gets hooked on a stump and rips the whole back end of the truck off. I gotta watch my tail end at the same time. Trying to stay on the road. Make sure the log doesn't fall off the side of the road or the truck.
Look at that. It's dragging the log and going silent.
We need to keep it loaded down all the time. It doesn't rattle and shake as much. Oh no, it's running down the hill. Here. Hold on. Taking out bushes as it goes. I gotta get it back up on the road. My anchor is not cooperating. Oh, there it comes back up. Okay, now we're good. Oh man, look what I've done to my cable. It's all twisted up. That wasn't such a good idea. I think I just ruined my cable. Look at it.
Well, now you know this truck is tested.
It's capable, very capable. I'd go cut firewood in this any day. And not think twice about it. What's our battery doing right now?
Oh, it's excellent. We still have like 3/4 left.
Do we really?
Yeah,
Wow. So you could really go to the mountains
and back.
and back.
But the Yaks are wondering what we're doing.
Yeah, they're looking at us like, what are you doing?
And why is there no engine sound?
Yeah, they're probably thinking that. They're thinking, that's a quiet truck you got there. They
We decided to put the truck on the scale here.
Yeah, but you're still standing on it.
Okay, let me get off of it.
You need to get off the scale. Oh, you weigh 240 pounds?
Approximately. Okay, let's not talk about how much I weigh.
Okay.
The truck with the wood is 7740. So the truck weighs about 5,300 pounds. So that was over 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, 2,500 pounds.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
like you said.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And it handled it pretty good. I mean, she's squatting.
But she's driving nicely.
Yeah, drives really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just drove it with this load about a mile to the scales and a mile back. And it's rolling at about 40 miles an hour on a dirt road, no issue. And I think it's a total success. I was quite a little bit nervous, but in the end, it did it. It brought the wood down, everything was safe, nothing broke. And let me see what David thinks. Well, dude, we made it.
Yeah, in spite of the rain, we got back just in time.
Yeah, totally. So I think it was a total success. What do you think?
Well, it drove really, really good. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in the Lightning with that one pedal thing.
Yeah.
I love the one pedal. This was pretty smooth. It didn't hold us back as much.
You have to use the brakes.
You have to use the brakes,
Yeah.
but it ran great.
But for me, going to the scales and back, the one pedal, well, regen braking was working because it was higher speeds.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as soon as you get going to 35, 40
And
miles
you're
an
not
hour.
going like this.
Right, totally. So, and it rode nice, actually, comfy.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, the four-wheel independent
Yeah.
suspension on the Lightning is a little better, but you put 2,500 pounds on this, it rides pretty good.
There you have it, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. I think the work episode is a huge success. We didn't actually use that much energy.
Yeah, how much we have left?
Like, well, a lot. I'll show you.
Okay.
So anyway, go back to alltfl.com for everything automotive and check out, of course, Legacy EV, 101 Motors, Fox Shocks,
TFL,
and Happy Yak Ranch.
Happy Ag Ranch.
Yes, or Off the Rails, is that you?
Either one.
Yes.
Going off the rails.
Going Off the Rails.
Yeah,
There you have it.
which I have.
Yeah.
Which we did.
Which we did today.
Always.
Okay, all right, thanks guys. Well, there you go. We're still at about 52.2 kilowatt hours out of 78. So a lot of energy left, and I'm gonna go back to Tumbleweed and get it home. Okay, so I've got my altimeter app going. So it's gonna track my GPS route, also track, of course, my speed, so I can see if the speedometer is actually calibrated correctly. And then I'll let you know exactly how far I went, how long it took me, and also I'll be able to calculate, judging by the kilowatt hours, what my efficiency is. So that's my plan for this real world fuel efficiency loop in ChargeZilla. Wow, look at this! Amazing rainbow is right over ChargeZilla. This must be a good sign. All right, I have to make a quick pit stop. I just went 29.2 miles, and I'm at 39.4 kilowatt hours. So I left at just over 52.2. So that's, let's see, 12, 13, almost 13 kilowatt hours to go 29 miles. Let me calculate. 52.2 kilowatt hours minus 39.4 equals 12.8 kilowatt hours I used for this part of the trip. 12.8, and I went 29.2 miles. Divide by 12.8 equals, whoa! 2.28 miles per kilowatt hour. That's insane. That's really good for a truck, electric truck. That's kind of what the brand new Lightning gets on most trips. Although, yeah, the Lightning Pro is actually better. It's about 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. But hey, that's respectable. I like that.
I was just curious. Like I saw the truck plugged in. I was like, what am I looking at here?
So it's a 1965 F-100. So it started out obviously with like a straight six engine, and then it was sitting around. It's a long story.
Yeah.
We wanted to see what else we could do with it, so we electrified it. What do you think?
When he said it was electric, I thought it didn't sound electric when you backed it in.
I think it's super cool ingenuity and who'd have thought, to really do it into a lifted 4x4.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like how you guys left it in the condition so it modern and old at the same time.
Watching your videos forever. I was
What's your
watching
name?
it this morning. I was watching the Lightning versus the Ram.
Diesel?
The Diesel, yeah. I was watching it literally this morning while I was getting it ready.
Thanks, dude.
I mentioned it's pretty cool.
I'm going to continue sort of thinking that that's a thing to do someday.
Do you have a vehicle in mind?
Yeah,
a Ford Ranger.
would be for work, for my work, and I just think as a platform, it's sort of the ideal EV. It's small, light.
And you don't drive long distances,
And I
or
don't
do
drive,
you?
No, not for work. No.
Okay.